Alright there, YouTube. We're back with Old Red, our Project 1983 Peterbilt 359. Now, if you guys have been following along, you know that we painted this thing in the last video. Today, what we're going to do is start doing a little bit of paint correction. These fenders seem to get it the worst, but you can see there's a little bit of dust in the paint. I got one little sag in the clear coat right here I got to fix. And we're going to start by kind of getting some of that stuff, then maybe try to get part of this gross round polish back out, and then that way I can kind of start putting some stuff back together, get the turn signals and the clearance lights back on, get the Peterbilt emblems back on, the headlights. Well, I want to try to throw the visor back up there today, getting this thing back together. Anyway, let's get to it. Now, this truck has been sitting outside all week, so it's a little dusty from sitting out, and we're going to go ahead and wash this area off that we're going to be working. Just going to kind of rinse it down with the sprayer here, and this just got plain water in it, nothing fancy. Take a microfiber towel from a clean wash bucket, just a little tiny bit of very mild soap. We're going to go ahead and wash this down. Don't want to have any dirt sitting on top of it. And we're just going to go ahead and rinse it back off again. On the last video, a few people mentioned or asked why I didn't cover the tires on this. You can see a little bit of overspray on the tire here. And basically the deal with that is this truck's been off the road since 2005. It's the last time this thing was registered on the road that as far as I can tell. That's the last IFTA sticker that was on it. The newest tires on the truck here are these steer tires, and they have a date code from 2004. So these tires are junk. You can actually see some pretty good splitting in the sidewall there, and these rims are all pitted. They need to be sanded down if you were to polish them out. So basically there was no real point in taking the time to cover them up because it's not going to make any difference. So anyway, next step here is to run over this with some fine grit sand. Now we're going to take a new razor blade, find this sag here. We're just going to try to scrape just a little bit of that peak off of that. Alright, so then we wet sanded that run with some 1500 grit sandpaper. Also, real quick went over the fenders here. Knocked the little dust nibs out of it. There's still some orange peel. I could actually sand that quite a bit further. But I'm going to buff that out, see what it looks like. And we go from there. Alright, so our little run in the paint there is totally gone. Can't even see it. Here's what the fenders look like. There's no more dust in that paint. It looks quite nice. There's still, I mean, as you can tell, there's still a tiny bit of orange peel in it, but that looks quite nice. I actually don't mind just a tiny bit of orange peel. I'm okay with that. You know, to the level of a factory paint job. And yeah, that looks quite nice. Still got to run the buffer over the rest of the fender here. And I think paint on this side of the hood will be done. Now for a little comparison, that looks like after doing that. And that's what it looked like before. Here's the other fender. You can see all the little bits of dust and stuff in the paint. You know, that's what we're getting rid of. Alright, so we got this fender done here now. I think I'm actually going to end up running over this one more time, knock it down just a little bit more. You can still see just a little bit of trash in the paint there. So I'm probably going to knock this down again, polish it out one more time. And you know, this is really the point where if you're going for that show quality finish, this is where you do it. I mean, obviously the flatter and smoother you lay your paint down to start with, the easier this is going to be. But even if you're painting, if you're a professional painter painting in a professional booth, if you're really going for that professional dead flat show quality paint job, you're going to have to do this. But yeah, I think I'm going to run over this fender one more time here. Like I said, you can still see a little bit of trash in the paint there. So we're going to get that knocked out, polish it back out. But yeah, like you can see here on the hood here where we had that little bit of a run in it, we had to take it down, take that run out of it. You can see that is dead flat there. There is zero orange peel in that paint. And that's how you get that finish, if that's the finish that you want. I actually don't mind a tiny bit of orange peel. This is going to be a working truck when it's done. So you get that perfectly dead flat finish. It seems to be easier to scratch and show imperfections and stuff. So it seems how this is going to be a working truck. I don't mind a tiny bit of orange peel. I mean, I want it at least like this is here. I mean, I want it to be pretty dang flat. I want it to be shiny. I want it to look nice. But it doesn't necessarily have to be quite that flat. So that's kind of what we're going for. Like I said, it's kind of one of those things you can go as far as you want to with it. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So I got my Peterbilt emblem back on here, clearance lights, turn signals, headlights, still got to wire them all up here. Fender's buffed out, everything's looking pretty good. I polished the grill surround out just high enough to be able to put the headlights and stuff on. I ordered some Zephyr wheels and stuff, but they haven't come yet. So just polished that section of the grill surround out. We will polish the rest of it out and make it all nice. But I kind of actually like the old weathered Peterbilt emblems on here. I hadn't really noticed that they were in a little bit rough shape till after I painted the truck and I went to go put them back on, but I think it actually kind of looks kind of cool, have the original kind of weathered Peterbilt emblem on here with the new paint and everything. I think it looks good. Your opinion may differ. And I've been waiting a long time to do this. And of course I'm going to have to take the bolts loose, but this is going to look good. Yep, that looks good. Put that visor on there several months ago and mock up the hole locations, but never took the protective wrap off of it because I knew I was going to be taking it off, putting it back on. So there's the first time with that removed. It's looking quite nice. Cleaned up the old fender guards that were originally on this truck when I bought it. Went ahead and threw them back on. I was thinking they might clean up a little bit better than that, so I don't know, maybe I'll order some new ones, but they're not too bad. Still got to get new stacks ordered for this. I haven't done that yet, so maybe when I order stacks I'll order some new fender guards too. We'll see. I don't know, I might hit these one more time here before I decide for sure, but I mean, they look okay. I'd rather have fender guards on there than not. So headlights cleaned up pretty decent. Still a little bit of pitting on them, but I think that's going to be good enough for now. Still got to polish the rest of the grill surround out. Okay, so we now have working headlights. We got working turn signals, working clearance light. Alright, so I think it's time to get the truck pulled out here for this week. Still got to get the air cleaner and some brackets and that kind of stuff painted. I didn't get it ready in time to when I painted the whole truck. So I just went ahead and I painted the truck, and I still got to get those painted. I want to let them dry over the week here so that they're as dry as possible and not soft when I go to put them on, because I don't want to scratch them up. So I'm going to get the truck pulled outside here, figure out how I want to hang the air cleaner and stuff here in the shop, get those painted. So I still got a few hours worth of work to do there. She just keeps looking better and better each and every time. Get there eventually. Alright, so we got 2 coats of base coat on all of our parts here. We're about ready to spray some clear on there. It's had, about an hour and a half to flash off here. And we're going to spray the clear coat on, and this should be done. Alright, so that's those pieces all cleared and done, ready to go, and we're just going to try to scoot this ladder off to the side here a little bit before we leave for today, and let this dry for the week, and we'll throw this stuff on here next weekend. Very happy with how the paint laid on this. Very, very nice. You know, and that's the difference between blocking out your primer and not. And look how nice and flat that paint laid. Same exact paint, same exact gun, you know, same exact hand spraying it. And you can see how nice and flat that paint came out. The only paint correction we're going to have to do on this is just a few little dust nibs. See one right there? Little dust nib, we'll have to sand that out. But yeah, that came out nice. Very pleased with that. It's not going to take any time at all to clean that up. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for following along. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below if you haven't already. Have a great day. See you on the next one.